As if the developments we have witnessed in the world of AI and robotics haven't been impressive enough in recent years, it seems as though those in this industry will not be satisfied with all they have achieved. At least that is what it seems like, especially as there has been recent releases of humanoid robots that not only seem to move almost as fluid as the humans that created, we also have robots that actually look like humans, so much so that they have been created with their own artificial skin. Wild stuff. Let's take a look at some of the most advanced robots that push the ante in the world of AI and humanoid robotics. SE01. Let's start off with the humanoid robot that has recently been released by Engine AI. Also believed to be their first humanoid robot, this robot known as SE01. Looking at it, we can see that this is a humanoid robot. What makes it that much more special than most of the similar humanoid robots that have been released in recent times is that it was designed by those in Engine AI with a focus on natural human-like movements, and boy have they pulled off quite a feat. Remember how most of these advanced robots move today? When we watch their demos or see them in real life, we have all noticed how stiff their movements are. With this special focus on fluid movement, when the SE01 was created, we'd find that the humanoid robot comes without any of the stiffness, clunkiness, or bent knees that you'd find in most robots. To take things up a notch, people that have seen the SE01 in action will tell you for free that it feels as though they are watching a real human being move. They are able to achieve such a feat thanks to the use of what Engine AI has deemed fit to call the end-to-end neural network solution. This means that the robot movement isn't necessarily programmed to move in such a manner. Instead, it means that it makes use of reinforcement learning and imitation learning in order to acquire the training to walk as impressively as it does. Thanks to this, we have those smooth, energy-efficient strides that look as human as anyone in that industry could imagine. To be honest, we must highlight the fact that we must commend the guys at Engine AI for achieving this smooth movement, because this is one of the biggest challenges that any of these engineers have had to face when working on these humanoid robots. With that in mind, it looks as though the guys at Engine AI have set the bar with their first humanoid robot. They were also able to achieve such smooth movements because they installed an integrated harmonic joint module into the robot. This is key because it improves the robot's flexibility. This in turn allows SE01 to handle both stationary and dynamic states as easily as one could imagine. Looking at the robot, you'd find that it makes use of dual processors from NVIDIA and Intel, so that it can have one of the best visual systems of any robot found today. As if that isn't cool enough, fans of the robot would also find that it comes with 3 sets of high-precision cameras that help it form a visual neural network. This visual network allows the humanoid robot to process complex environments. With such an ability, one would find that this robot seems perfectly suited for a wide variety of tasks, ranging from research and education to industrial tasks. As such, we'd find that Engine AI is doing all they can to create robots that will be suited for everyday use once it is released to the public. With that in mind, it may only be a matter of time before we see this humanoid robot in schools, factories, hospitals, and even the home. Part of the reason why it is suited for so many environments is the fact that it is partially made of aerospace-grade aluminum alloy. For those who do not know about this metal, they may be fascinated by the fact that it is said to be quite strong while also being lightweight. This ensures that the robot has the durability that would help it last and maintain the smooth movements that we see it display. This also makes the robot quite economically appealing, especially as those at OpenAI are hoping that they could mass manufacture the robot in a way that could make it go mainstream. If they are able to achieve this, they may actually be able to have this robot in all facets of society, especially as they hope to produce about 1,000 units of the robot by 2025. Human robot. As amazing as what the guys at Engine AI are doing with the SE01 robot, just wait until you see what is coming out of the labs of Clone AI over in Poland. The amazing thing about what they are doing over there is that they are not just trying to win humanoid robots. No, these guys are actually trying to build synthetic robots. This means that they have been hard at work creating a robot that moves and behaves just like a human, down to the most minute details. With that in mind, we will start from the fact that this is a torso robot. Sure, this may not sound very inspirational, but there is a reason that the robots are being compared to the robot found on the HBO show Westworld. Although it is not a full humanoid robot body just yet, it makes up for its lack of legs with the fascinating details that were put into its shoulders, necks, and arms. Let's not forget about the highly detailed musculoskeletal system as closely as possible. Then there are the anthropomorphic shoulder structure with all the key joints that can be found in its human counterpart. When we look at such an advanced robot, we may be forced to consider whether or not we are actually on the cusp of making robots that people would actually believe were human. This is almost like Steven Spielberg's AI. One of the ways that the robot really stands out is when it comes to its movements. They were able to achieve this impressive range of movement thanks to the installation of open-loop control command system. This system makes sure that the robot isn't repeatedly adjusting itself based on the feedback it receives. Instead, it follows a set sequence, which is not as adaptable as they may like it to be just yet. That said, they are currently working on neural control of the robot's muscles. This would allow its movements to be much smoother and more natural than one could have imagined. Flexibility. As amazing as this robot may be on an ordinary day, we'd find that it is even more special because it makes use of hydraulics. This allows the robot to display the strength and flexibility that could be found in the muscles of humans. These robots also come with a valve matrix that was fitted into its rib cage. This makes the robot even more efficient and precise than it would have been without it. This may have only been made possible because Danush Radkrishnam, the CEO of Clone AI, and Lukasz Kozlik, the co-founder of the company, have been working on such features since 2021. Maybe this is because they figured that a robot such as theirs could be the next big thing in the world of AI and robotics. With such thoughts in mind, we just know that these guys cannot wait to release a version of this robot with both hands. Speaking of hands, let's focus on the hands of these robots for a second. Just last year, the guys at Clone AI revealed that they had just designed a hand that displayed an unbelievable 27 degrees of freedom. Although this may not sound so impressive off the bat, you'd find that this is way better than the 11 degrees of freedom that can be found on Tesla's Optimus bot. Even with the upgrade planned for Tesla's robot, the 22 degrees of freedom that it is projected to have will still be less impressive than our Clone AI robot. Thanks to all these features, we'd find that the robot may be perfect for all sorts of industries and situations. This is thanks to the proprietary hydraulic muscles found in the robot. This feature actually makes it 10 times stronger than any robot in the market today. With that in mind, we know that the guys at Clone AI are ready to push the ante when it comes to creating some of the most advanced robots found on the planet. Personally, we cannot wait until the SE01 and this wonder hits the market.